Assalamualaikum. Today I will be presenting our research on how CFS IIUM students manage their aid money. Life as a student involves many challenges, not just academic and personal, but also financial. Especially during aid, when many of students receive their aid money, the amount and use of this vary. And our study aims to understand how students spend, save or give it. We surveyed 82 students, which is 36 from art and 46 from science, by using quota sampling method to fair representation. This survey was shared through Google Form on class chat and social media. This research can also help design program to guide students in making their smart financial choice.
First, the raw data about the aid money that received by CFS students was collected through a survey and ranged from 10 ringgit until 1,1984.55 ringgit. To analyze this large range, we calculate the class width about 247 and then group the data into A class interval. Then, we created a frequency table. A majority of 38 students received the aid money between 257 and 503 ringgit. Interestingly, only one student that received their aid money in the highest class. Then, we further analyzed this data using the descriptive statistic. We calculate the class boundary, the midpoint, the cumulative frequency, the FSM and also FSM square. Next, a histogram was plotted to represent the distribution of the data. Then, we calculate the mean, mode, median, variance and the standard deviation. The mean was 407.11, the mode was 308.20, the median was 334.50, indicates that 50% students receive their aid money more or less than the value. Next, the variance was 160,001.61 and the standard deviation was 340.59.
For this part, we're gonna analyze how long CFS student maintain their aid money completely by determine the class width, and we conclude that the class width is 6. Since the data categorized under group data, we also can find the frequency and the class limit by using the raw data beside. Further, we also gonna find the class boundary, midpoint, cumulative frequency, FSM and FSN square. Next, by using the table beside, we gonna conclude the mean, which is the total is 10.47 weeks. Second, the mode, the total of the mode is 2.47. Next, the variance, we identify that the variance is much higher, which is 260 and 94 weeks compared to the average. So each student took less time to complete their aid money completely, and half of them took more time to complete their aid money completely. And the total of the standard deviation, we conclude that is 40.73 weeks.
Our first qualitative questions are, what program are you in? We received 82 response, and out of 56.1% is a science-based students, while the other 43.9% is an art-based students, making the differences 13.2% between sciences and art students that may influence how they spend their aid money. Now, let's talk about the most common amount of aid money received by students. The most common amount being RM5 ringgit, accounting to 35.4%, and the next amount commonly received by students is RM10 ringgit, accounting to 31.7%, and the next one being RM50 ringgit, accounting to 9.8%, and the last one being RM20 ringgit, received by 8.5% of the respondents. The remaining RM1 ringgit, RM2 ringgit, RM3 ringgit, and many more are in a smaller percentage, indicating that they are less received by students.
Bar chart show how CFS IIUM students use their aid money. From the bar chart, most students spend their aid money on foods about 64.6%,
followed by saving money 59.8%. Other use for entertainment, books and clothes, and a few students use it for travels, skincare, games, and other study items. And some people didn't spend their money at all. The pie chart shows how CFS IIUM students see their spending habit. 42.7% say it depends on the situations, 24.4% are savers, 22% do it both, and only 11% are mainly spenders.
Alright, so in this way, we also ask one simple question. Do you give your aid money to anyone? From aid to student, 57.8% said no, they don't give it to anyone. The other 42.2% said yes, they do. So, more than half prefer to keep the money, maybe to save it or spend it on something they want. But at the same time, a quiet number still choose to give it, maybe to their parent, sibling, or even for charity. This shows that students have different money habits. Some like to save, some like to share. Both choice show good value of responsibility and kindness.